In my interactions with fellow Baha'is and others who are familiar with some of the passages in the writings and utterances of Abdu'l-Baha, I often hear the statement that man was never an animal. And this is what has led to this, if you will, rejection at one extreme of rejecting some of the sciences of biology. And people will then cling on to this concept, which is actually mentioned within the letter of the Universal House of Justice, of this concept of parallel evolution, where you have these, if you will, two branches, where humankind was here and the rest of Kingdom Animalia was over here. Now, there are passages where Abdu'l-Baha appears to be saying this on the surface, where he says that man was never an animal. But we have to look again at what that actually says. For now, I want to state that Abdu'l-Baha claims or proclaims unequivocally that mankind was in the animal kingdom. So we're going to start with some quotes. The first is from the Promulgation of Universal Peace.
The spiritual blessings of God are greatest. When we were in the mineral kingdom, although we were endowed with certain gifts and powers, they were not to be compared with the blessings of the human kingdom.
This is actually rather peculiar on the surface, because not only does Abdu'l-Baha state that we were in the animal kingdom, which we'll see in the next several passages, he states we were in the mineral kingdom. Now, what that could mean, we're going to look into as we progress. The second quote is from Some Answered Questions itself.
The human spirit may be likened to the bounty of the sun shining on a mirror. The body of man, which is composed from the elements, is combined and mingled in the most perfect form. It is the most solid construction, the noblest combination, the most perfect existence. It grows and develops through the animal spirit.
So we were in the mineral kingdom, and the body, the physical temple of humankind, has grown and developed through the animal spirit. Again, from Promulgation of Universal Peace.
Third, the human body has one form. In its composition, it has been transferred from one form to another, but never possesses two forms at the same time. For example, it has existed in the elemental substances of the mineral kingdom. From the mineral kingdom, it has traversed the vegetable kingdom and its constituent substances. From the vegetable kingdom, it has risen by evolution into the kingdom of the animal, and from thence attained the kingdom of man. After its disintegration and decomposition, it will return again to the mineral kingdom, leaving its human form and taking a new form unto itself. During these progressions, one form succeeds another, but at no time does the body possess more than one.
It has risen, the body of man, it has risen by evolution into the kingdom of the animal, and thence attained the kingdom of man. So once again, Abdu'l-Baha is very clear that by evolution we came from the kingdom of animal and thence attained, and this is interesting, we attained the kingdom of man. Another quote.
In the world of existence, man has traversed successive degrees until he has attained the human kingdom. In each degree of his progression, he has developed capacity for advancement to the next station and condition. While in the kingdom of the mineral, he was attaining the capacity for promotion into the degree of the vegetable. In the kingdom of the vegetable, he underwent preparation for the world of the animal, and from thence he has come onward to the human degree, or kingdom. Throughout this journey of progression, he has ever and always been potentially man.
That man traversed successive degrees until he attained the human kingdom. And in the end of this quote it says, he underwent preparation for the world of the animal, in the kingdom of the vegetable, and from thence he has come onward to the human degree. So once again, Abdu'l-Baha is very clear that humankind went through the passage of evolution through Kingdom Animalia.
What is the purpose of our lives? Abdu'l-Baha. To acquire virtues. We come from the earth. Why were we transferred from the mineral to the vegetable kingdom, from the plant to the animal kingdom? So that we may attain perfection in each of these kingdoms, that we may possess the best qualities of the mineral, that we may acquire the power of growing as in the plant, that we may be adorned with the instincts of the animal, and possess the faculties of sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, until, from the animal kingdom, we step into the world of humanity, and are gifted with reason, the power of invention, and the forces of the Spirit.
The question being asked here is, what is the purpose of life? Abdu'l-Baha states to acquire virtues, excellencies. We come from the earth. Why were we transferred from the mineral to the vegetable, from the plant to the animal kingdom? It's done. We have evolved in successive degrees, all the way from, if you will, the beginning of the globe, and we have traversed these stages. And then it says right at the end, until from the animal kingdom, we step into the world of humanity and are gifted with reason, the power of invention, and the forces of the Spirit. So it's at this point we step into the world of humanity, and that comes with the gifts of reason, the power of invention, and the forces of the Spirit.
It is evident, therefore, that man is dual in aspect. As an animal, he is subject to nature, but in his spiritual or conscious being, he transcends the world of material existence. His spiritual powers, being nobler and higher, possess virtues of which nature intrinsically has no evidence. Therefore, they triumph over natural conditions. These ideal virtues or powers in man surpass or surround nature, comprehend natural laws and phenomena, penetrate the mysteries of the unknown and invisible, and bring them forth into the realm of the known and visible. All the existing arts and sciences were once hidden secrets of nature. By his command and control of nature, man took them out of the plane of the invisible and revealed them in the plane of visibility, whereas, according to the exigencies of nature, these secrets should have remained latent and concealed. According to the exigencies of nature, electricity should be a hidden, mysterious power. But the penetrating intellect of man has discovered it, taken it out of the realm of mystery, and made it an obedient human servant. In his physical body and its functions, man is a captive of nature. For instance, he cannot continue his existence without sleep, an exigency of nature. He must partake of food and drink, which nature demands and requires. But in his spiritual being and intelligence, man dominates and controls nature, the ruler of his physical being. Notwithstanding this, contrary opinions and materialistic views are set forth which would relegate man completely to physical subservience to nature's laws.
Now, I want you to note how in this passage it opens. It is evident, therefore, that man is dual in aspect. As an animal, he is subject to nature. Okay? As an animal, he is subject to nature, so mankind is what? An animal. But in his spiritual or conscious being, he transcends the world of existence. So something to do with being a human is transcending the world of material existence. Somehow about not being subject to nature. Then it states these ideal virtues or powers in man surpass or surround nature, comprehend natural laws and phenomena, penetrate the mysteries of the unknown and invisible, and bring them forth into the realm of the known and the visible. Then it goes through how all the arts and sciences were once hidden secrets, but how humankind, by utilizing his faculty of invention, the gift of reason, and these intellectual excellencies, is actually to be able to reach in, understand the laws of nature, and then overcome some of the natural, if you will, limitations of our physical body. We all know these, the ones even Abdu'l-Baha was stating, as we're going to see, back in the 1910s, were actually submarines, the telegraph, the phonograph. They were scientific and technological achievements that enabled humankind to overcome his being wedded to the earth so he could fly. How humankind could actually soar beneath the waves, how we could speak across the planet. All of these things have increased exponentially since Abdu'l-Baha's time. And these are themselves the area that Abdu'l-Baha singles out, stating that these are the kingdom of man. These spiritual excellencies, as well as our intellectual excellencies. But in his spiritual being and intelligence, man dominates and controls nature, the ruler of his physical being. I think in our day and age, it's so common to, and I know this is cliche, to take so many things for granted. For example, what is happening right now. How I'm actually able to record both my voice and actually my image and share digital products with my friends across the planet in an enormous global network of communication. This was utterly impossible, and to be told to someone, for example, a couple centuries ago, would be complete, utter, ridiculous science fiction and unbelievably utopian. So this faculty that humankind is able to summon in our penetrating the mysteries of the universe and drawing its secrets out is what Abdu'l-Baha is stating is the kingdom of man.
There are, in the world of humanity, 3 degrees: those of the body, the soul, and spirit. The body is the physical, or animal, degree of man. From the bodily point of view, man is a sharer of the animal kingdom. The bodies alike of men and animals are composed of elements held together by the law of attraction. Like the animal, man possesses the faculties of the senses, is subject to heat, cold, hunger, thirst, etc. Unlike the animal, man has a rational soul, the human intelligence.
So physically, our physical temple, we are animals who traversed the history of planet Earth through successive degrees, and man stepped out of the animal kingdom through the process of evolution, the term actually used.